Mr. Odumusi is a seasoned entrepreneur, business and marriage coach. He's the CEO stroke MD Joso Agro Concepts Limited with over a decade in business world. He's an alumni of Leap Africa, Yalem Network, African Sales and Marketing School. He was finalist in Nigerian business competition, You Win 3. He's the pioneer president of Development Bank of Nigeria Entrepreneurship Training, selected entrepreneur for Nigerian Canada Summit, YPF President Kubwa Chapter, former president of Nigerian Association of Agricultural Students, and currently consulting for an organization in Europe with Clap Innovation, your best emoji. Please let's make welcome Mr. Odumusi for the next session. Thank you, sir. Welcome.
See you tomorrow.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can.
Are we next for the section?
No.
Yeah. Please, I would like them to share my slide as we kickstart immediately.
Okay.
Mr. Aaron, Mr. Biodun.
That
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Just a second, sir. It will be done.
Yeah, good evening. Okay. Now, my name is Olajide Odumusi, as earlier introduced, and I'm going to start from where the last speaker, the facilitator, said. And now, first of all, we're talking about growing our business. That means the topic, please, let's go back. Yeah, preparation for growth and financing. That means personal development towards assessing opportunities. I'll be sharing. Please, can that person mute himself? Okay. Now, I'll be sharing personal experience, and I will also try as much as possible to make it a discussional section. Now, when we talk about growth, the next slide, we see that every organization starts with an idea and it grows to where it is today. It has to be, the passion has to be there. It has to come to your mind that this is what I want to do. And this is the reason why I want to do this. And we're going to have different case study, and I will, of course, give you an assignment on to take time to study one particular successful entrepreneur across the globe that will be your mentor. It may not necessarily mentor you physically or have a contact with him, but his work and the way he grew his business, you can learn from it. Now, case study one. Next slide, please. Case study one, we look at KFC. I'm very sure all of us know this brand name. This brand name is all over 18, they have over 18,000 locations across 118 countries in the world. This man, Cornel Alland, was rejected and disappointed so many times. And I want to tell you something, as an entrepreneur, prepare your mind for rejection. Prepare your mind for challenges. Especially in the country where we find ourselves today, that is Nigeria, we need to really get ourselves buckled up and know that, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is my passion. This is my interest. With that, you weather any storm that comes your way. Now, if you look at this particular man, Cornel Alland, And that's why I'm starting from there. The last speaker said something that there will be challenges, there will be failure, there will be this, you may go through this. Yes, that is business for you. He encountered failure in so many ways, but today, he was strong, he persevered, and even after his death, the business continued. Not only that, let's look at case study 2. Because by the time I'm still coming back to make reference to them. Now, case study 2 is Jack Ma. Jack Ma is somebody I listen to most of his short presentation, and I followed him. Why? Because this man has a storyline that every young Nigerian should follow. I'm localizing it because I know the situation of our nation today. I know what is happening in Nigeria right now. And I'm optimistic that Nigeria will be good, but that today, the reality is Nigeria is not built to support entrepreneur or SMEs. And I stand to be corrected. I've had my challenges, I've had my failures, and I've learned a lot of things from it. And I'm standing today because I know what I want and where I'm going. So I'm not part up, I'm not disturbed. That's why I kept on moving on. Now, before we continue, before we analyze these two men, I want to say this, that if you are into business in Nigeria, try as much as possible to go into service. Production is tough in Nigeria. This is incubation class, and we are here to teach and to learn and unlearn. Now, when I started my agro business, I went into farming, and I found I spent 2 years to move around, to understudy Nigerian markets, the agrarian area, that's the agricultural hub, all over Nigeria. At least by God's grace, I've been to 26 states in Nigeria, and I move around, I establish relationship, I understudy who are the people making money in agriculture. And from there, I made my up by this is the aspect of agriculture that I'm going into. What am I trying to say? Any business you are doing, please don't do it because people are doing it. Do it because that is you have passion for it. You are passionate for it, and you can stand even when there are challenges. And that is what helped these two men. Now, Jack Ma, let's go to the next slide, please. Jack Ma, there is one of his presentations, he said something that was rejected in so many places. That rejection is enough to put him off. But what he did, number one, the common trait among the two of them was resilience. That's the ability to withstand and recover quickly. They rejected Jack Ma in so many places. When he told them he wants to come up with digital this, they made jest of him. Try and listen to him. You will understand where he came from. He failed from school. He failed as a teacher. He failed in so many areas. But he made up his mind that this is what I want to do. The same thing with Alan, the KFC founder. This man made up his mind that he's going to succeed. He went into army. He was sent out. They sent him out after 1 year. His father died. A lot of challenges. But because he was resilient, he was able to recover. And today, he had 1,000, KFC is 1,800 locations across the globe in 18,000 locations in 118 countries in the world. Not only that, what other traits do we see in them? They are resolute. When you are resolute, you are unwavering, you are determined that no matter what is happening, your business is going to go through, that you are going to skate through. And that is what you need. Whether comes rain, whether comes sunshine, people, you might get funds will come in. But the challenge is the economy, the way it is right now as of today, will not support you to grow. But you are the one that make up your mind that you are going to, you are going to be resilient. You make up your mind and you determined. You'll be unwavering that I'm going to succeed. It helped Jack Ma, and it has helped a lot of business owners today across the globe. Now, let me say this. Now, let me also pick from what my the facilitator ahead of me, what he said about preparing. Now, when you're preparing for growth, you've got to have what you call your business plan. He made mention of it. But I would like to say that it is very, very critical for you. It's a critical tool for you to grow. Now, I was selected by, hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. Now, I was selected by the federal government in 2014 for UN3. And out of 385 participants across the 385 participants across Nigeria, 6,000 were selected for the second stage. And out of the 6,000, 2,000 were selected for the final stage. And I was among the 2,000 that got to the final stage. But that program could not continue because of change in power. But there is something that I learned from there, helped me to develop a bankable business plan. If you're a business person and you are sure that you are you want to be, you want to grow, get your business plan handy. I'm very sure Edfrica is going to be they'll be of help to you to develop to help you in preparing a bankable business plan. That is a tool that you need. Not only that, I was selected by Development Bank of Nigeria when I submitted my business plan. And we are selected, we are just 50 entrepreneurs in the northern region, that means northeast, northwest, and north central. And I was a class rep for that section. We are just 50. And we're trained for good 2 months. And all of them, they sit, and what gave the qualification for that particular participation is just your business plan. And they help us to fine-tune it again. And not only that, I can count what that plan have done for me. If anywhere I go to, I have my business proposal, business plan handy. Right now, I'm in Europe. I sent it to someone who was like, wow, this is nice, that they're interested, that this and this, because it speaks volume. I don't need to be there. I don't need to explain to people that this is what I want to use money for. I don't need to tell people that this is what I'm going to do the next one, because I have my financial forecast and financial projection for the next 5 years. It's well stated. And I make sure that when I'm writing my plan, I don't overestimate or underrate my business. I pick the lowest figure to work with. That, if worse come to worse, there is no sales, and I sell 5 pieces of this in a day. In a month, it will be this. In a week, it will be this. In a month, it will be this. And at the end of the year, to give me this. No, that is just by the side. Because I remember that's why I'm laying emphasis on business plan. It is important for you. It's an important tool that all of you that are here attending this program, if you don't have a bankable business plan, please, you need to do that. And if you need help, I believe Edfrica is there to help you. They will definitely help you to have one, because it speaks for you anywhere you are. You have friends across the country, you have friends outside the nation or anywhere. They may not even have one-on-one discussion with you. Send the business plan to them, and they look at it, they will call you out. This is viable. Recently, I got an investor last year, and when I gave them my business plan, they gave it to financial institutions, different consultants, and the two of them came back with the same report that this is a viable business in Nigeria. despite the challenges in Nigeria right now, is still a very viable business that one can put his money into. And that, to buttress the point of the previous speaker, please let us ensure if we are not going with anything at the end of this incubation period, make sure you end this incubation period with a bankable business plan. And once you have it, it will be easier for you to apply for programs. Now, most of the time, like this program we're having now, most people will say, how much are they going to give us? A lot of younger people are so much concerned. How much are they going to give us? How much, what are they going to give us grants? What you need more is knowledge. Knowledge before if you have the knowledge, the money will come naturally. I gave you an example of myself. I was supposed to get 10 million from federal government in 2024, UE3, as a finalist. But I couldn't get it because of change in power. That was when Buhari came in and they messed up everything. We are trained by Development Bank of Nigeria, thinking that after 2 months of intensive training, they will tell us, okay, come and get this and this. At the end of the day, there was nothing. But I picked up a lot of things and I put all those knowledge together. And today, I have a bankable business plan that I review almost on a yearly basis. And anywhere it goes to, it speaks volume for me. Please, it is a very, very important tool that all of you that are attending this program, at the end of this incubation period, you should have a bankable business plan. Now, back to the traits of our case study. Now, they are very resourceful. Jackman, Colonel Adlan, they are resourceful. Clever ways to overcome difficulty. Are you part of people that are complaining that Nigeria is not good, that things were bad? Are you? Yes, everybody knows that things are not fine. Inflation is there. There are challenges here and there. Are you part of the people that are not looking for other ways? Let me give you an example. 2020, I had bad business and I lost money in terms of tens of millions. And I thought, oh, how am I going to continue? But the process in doing that particular period, that my business did not fall, it went down the drain, as in, it was a terrible experience. I not just my zero, I went into minus. During that period, I was asking myself, what else can I do? And idea came up, food insurance model. And I sat down, I met my wife, I will look at it, how it's going to operate. And we started 3 years ago. It was that food insurance model that helped me to come out of the situation I find myself. Now, raising funds, because you have to look for a clever way of raising funds. If I personally, for small businesses, I don't encourage loans, and I don't encourage loans as small businesses. Now, crowdfunding is nice, but I will advise, or I will say, think inward. How can you come up with a service that people will pay and use that money for the business, and you make a profit and you gather it and use that fund to do other ones? Well, as I'm talking to you, the money people give to me, I use it to store. And right now they are getting their food stuff from every month from now to the end of the year. But I didn't just come up with it. I did my own work. So please, you have to be resourceful, like Jackman. You have to be resourceful, like Alan, the founder of KFC. You have to look for clever ways to overcome your difficulty. Our terrain is tough. The situation we find ourselves is tough, but you need money to do business. You need money to expand. You need money to grow your business. How do we raise money? Now, let me also share this experience with you. When I pulled out of paid job in exactly 13 years ago, I resigned and I said, I want to start my business. I started with zero. I didn't have any money on me. The little money, gratuity I was paid was nothing to write home about. So I asked myself, what will I do? The only thing I did was that I went to I designed a small flyer and I discussed with people, I'm into cleaning, that I discussed with someone that can wash, and I got someone that can iron. I said, come, let's work together. I will be collecting clothes from all my friends. You will wash, You will iron, then we'll collect the money at the end of the month, and they pay monthly, and that's how we started. And do you know what? I went to meet someone. That person now told me, "Can't you add cleaning to it?" And I sat down. How do I do it? I make inquiry for my friend. Oh, do you know anybody into cleaning? And I make inquiry. They say yes. Okay, what do I need to do to clean a house, to clean a school, to clean a post-harvest, what's it called? Post-construction building. They gave me every necessary information that I needed. And I came up with facility management company. And the first contract I made was, in fact, we made my 6 month salary in the first month after resigning. How much do I need to start the business? 0 naira. Because they gave me about 50% upfront. Of course, they pay for the service. From the 50%, I bought all the equipment that I need. I paid the staff that I employ about 10 staff, and I made over 50% from that particular transaction. How much do I start with the business? Just like nothing, just ordinary little flyer. You can design it on the system and you share it online, and you begin to make your money. Why am I saying that? You have to be resourceful. Every entrepreneur in Nigeria today must be resourceful. Then please, I want to play with you. Those of you into production. I don't know whether some of us see the flyer, the notice. Guinness is leaving Nigeria. A lot of them have left. JSK has left Nigeria. Bicham have left Nigeria, and many other companies that are into production. These are companies that have been existing for over 74 years. Sorry. Guinness was 74 years in Nigeria, and they are leaving. What is the problem? The problem is the cost of production. So if you are into production, the first thing you have to do is to look, where do I get my resources, where do I source my material from at a very cheap rate, so by the time there will be changes, there will be increase in anything, I will have made my profit from it. Number two, what is my source of energy that I use in production? You need to really analyze your products to see that at the end of the day, you are profitable. Because let me say this, purchasing power of Nigeria is dropping by the day. That's another factor. The purchasing power is dropping by the day. So if by the end of the day, you are able to produce something, people could not buy it, could not afford it, then automatically you're out of business. So that's why you need to look for where to source your material from at a very cheap rate. So by the time you produce, you still sell at affordable rate. Please, can you go back to my slide, please? Hello? Admin, please, can you take me back to my slide? So please, it's very critical for you to analyze your SOPs. That means standard operating procedures. You analyze step by step your product line. Where do I need this for? Then please, the previous one, please, before we get to this. Now, yes, thank you. Now, I want to say this also, that in your sourcing for material, please avoid product raw material that is purchased with dollar, please, or in foreign currency. Localize your purchases. Localize your purchases. Localize your purchases. I lay emphasis on it because that is the only way you can make profits. Now, the next area is result-oriented. And lastly, we need hope. It's not the renewed hope of APC, but this is a renewed hope that you give yourself on a daily basis, that there is hope. There is hope I can make it. Next slide, please. Next slide. Now, the four P's of assessing opportunity. Number one, your purpose. What's the reason why you do what you are doing? Why are you doing what you are doing right now? What is the purpose of doing it, of doing what you are doing right now? Is very, very important to spell it out. What is the purpose of doing that business you are doing right now? Is it just to make money, or to make impact, or to fill a need, to meet a need in your community? What is your purpose? You need to define it. When you have a purpose for a particular thing, that purpose will keep driving you. Then number two, plan. Detailed proposal. I've laid emphasis on it. I've laid emphasis on this. A detailed proposal for doing or act, not for an activity. And this is the architect of who you want to be in the next future. What are your plans? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you see your company in the next 10 years? Do you want to set up a business that is that will not succeed you? Or you want to build a business that will continue long after you? And it's possible, it's achievable. That's why it starts from a seed and it grows to where it is today. A plant, a coconut tree starts from a seed, and today, look at how strong it is. The preparation. When do I start? You start now. You start now. You start now. How do I start? When do I start? It's now. You are now in an incubation, attending this incubation. The purpose of this incubation is to make you better, for you to learn. Start now. We've talked about financing earlier on. Now we're talking about about business plan. You need to sit down and really work on it. And do you know what? Please, I want to play with us. Your business plan have to be original. When I mean original, it have to it have to speak for you. It have to be. You have to make sure that this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it, and this is what I see doing. Sorry, please. Number two, who do I need? You need a mentor. You need a mentor that have done that business before. How do they do it? You can get a virtual mentor. You can have a physical mentor. This program, you have known Mr. Emmanuel, you've known a lot of the organizers, you've met with facilitator. They can mentor, they can guide you. Who do I need? You need to sit down and write, who are the people that are going to help you to achieve your goals? From the scratch to the top, who do I need? Number three, what do I need? What do you need for your business? Number one, you need knowledge, research. Research. I have a friend that we met in one of these, is alumni of Leap Africa, Mr. Kudus. Mr. Kudus graduated from University of Lagos, and he loved designing. He loved tailoring. But Kudus will sit down and will design male outfits. I will give to a tailor to sew for him. He will buy material and they will sew for him. And you will take that cloth and begin to sell. Do as I'm speaking to you, this man is a big tailor. It was later on he started buying machines and employed what's it called? So he mistress and so that people that sew for him, he will design it. You know what he needs. No matter research. You are sewing, you are into sewing. You produce soya milk. You produce this. Have you researched where you get your resource, your material from at a cheaper rate? Have you researched how can I buy at this period and preserve it for a particular period of time? Have you researched can people buy it at these rates? Have you researched who are the people who do need my service? It is very, very broad. What do you need? You need knowledge. Money is the last thing. For a business, I do say that money is the last thing that you need to start your business or to grow your business. Money is the last. But when you talk and you're pitching your business, you talk authoritatively. When I talk about my business, I tell them, at social time of the year, you can get at this, you sell at this, you make. I will tell you with facts and figures. because I did my research before I set up my business. What do you need? I've said, well, you need knowledge. You need mentor. Then you need your business plan to be handy. Then, of course, you need money, but money should be the last. Then where do I get what I need? Where do you get it from? Your finance. Number one, you can get your business plan ready even from this incubation program. You can get your research from people that are ahead of you. You can make contacts. Where do I get what I need? You can get it all around you. You sit down, look at it. Then how do I achieve my goals? Very, very big questions. These are the things that will help you to come up with a business idea that can help you to grow, and to succeed in whatever you do. Then the last P is prayer. You pray. You don't believe in God. You pray. Yes, you pray. Purpose, plan, preparation, and you pray. These are key 4 P's that you need to succeed in your business. And with this, you are sure that you're going to excel. It does not come cheap. It requires a lot of work. A lot of work. And I'm going to say this again. Give you an example of bamboo trees. I love that trees a lot. Read about it. Maybe when I have opportunity, we'll analyze the attribute, the trait of the bamboo trees. When you plant the seed of bamboo trees today, we are made to know that it takes 5 years before it will shoot out. It keeps going downward. It keeps going downward for 5 years. And you know what? In 5 weeks, it shoot out and it go taller than every tree in the forest. Do you know why? Because his roots have gotten so deep that it's not easily be uprooted. Find out for people that are from village. Cut out bamboo tree today. Give it weeks, it will grow up again. Burn bamboo tree. Go back after some weeks, it will grow up again. Try and cover it with cement, it will grow up again because its root is so rooted. What am I trying to say? Get yourself rooted in knowledge. Get yourself rooted in knowledge. Knowledge. Be knowledge driven. Let your business be knowledge driven. When you have full knowledge of your business, you'll be master of your business. Money will come automatically. I really appreciate those of us that are attending this program, this incubation program. You are here to learn. It's a good one, but you need to learn more. They're not just learning. Do something with those knowledge that you are acquiring. It is critical. It is important. And if you do not pick up anything from this section, please pick this. Get your business plan handy. That is the tool you need to get funding. That is the tool that will transform into finances for you because it speaks for you. The business plan, we talk about introduction. A business plan, we talk about, of course, executive plan. A business plan, we talk about market research, segment your market segmentation. A business plan, we talk about forecast, your financial projection. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see your business in the next 5 years? A business plan, we talk about your profits and gains. It will capture everything about your business. And by the time you have it handy, anywhere you submit online, maybe there is a program ongoing anywhere, there are opportunities abound. On a yearly basis, there are always opportunities for grants. The opportunity for grants, but people are not always ready for it. Are you ready to grow? Get your business plan handy. I will keep saying that because that is the tool that you need as a business person. As an entrepreneur, if you don't have a business plan, then you have not started. Before you even kickstart your business, before your business starts selling or before start making that money, you should have your business handy because that is the tool that will bring in all the finances that you need. Last slide, please. Thank you very much. If there is any question, the floor is open. If you can write it or you want to, I would add me. Question time.
Thank you so much, sir, for this session. We are grateful. Please, if you have any question for Mr. Odumusi, please keep them rolling in. If you want to ask in person, just raise your hand so that we'll give you the audience. And if you want to type it in, please use the chat box and type it in. While we are doing that, if there's something that was stressed by both of the facilitators this evening, it was the fact that you don't go into any business because other people are doing it. Make sure you have your why. Make sure you know the reason why you're going. Make sure you know your passion behind going in. Don't just go into any business because somebody is doing it and then you feel you would also make it. And then you should also start now, quit the assumptions and just start now. You might not get everything all together. Start from where you are and then you keep on building on it. So please, if there are any questions, please type them in, or if you want to ask the question, please, we'll be giving you the opportunity to do so. While that is going on, I would just want us to do something in 2 minutes, like it was stressed by the facilitators. Edfrica does what provide services that entrepreneurs will need. If you are in need of writing your business plans, or you need business guidance, or even if it's mentors you need, Edfrica provides all of those services. So I would want us to be following all our social media handles so that you can always have this information. When we put all this information out there, you can easily access them and then use them for your use. So please kindly follow all our social medias accounts. I just dropped them in the chat box. Yes, and we're still expecting questions, please. If there are any questions, I think some persons asked some questions earlier. You might just want to retype it so that we can read it out for our facilitators to answer. I can't see questions coming in. Are you still trying to gather your questions, or there are no just questions? Okay. Ennis Esther, how do a business stand the test of time? Okay, so who are we addressing the question to? Is it Mr. Matthew or Mr. Odumusi? Okay, sir, please just go ahead and answer. How do a business stand the test of time?
Yeah, your business stand test of time by basically doing your research about the business. That means you know everything about that business before you start. You know already. You will have analyzed your threats, your threats, and what can affect the business to fail even before you start it. Then you litigate it immediately. Like, oh, if this thing happen, for instance, let me give a particular example. I'm into agro commodity trading. I deal with agricultural business, and I've been dealing with beans for many years. And for the past many years, I've never had issue with weevils. What do? I look, oh, this is the threat for me to do this business. How do I litigate it? Number two, I look at the risks. That's the risks in it. For instance, I buy from the corners. Before now, I buy in trucks, but right now, because of security, I buy lesser in bits. So you analyze the threats in your business or the risks in your business before you even kickstart. Or if you have started, sit down now and analyze the risks. When you analyze the risks, you litigate that risk before you start. Because most of the time, let me give you an example of Mr. Biggs. Mr. Biggs is a brand name in Nigeria 10, 20 years ago. But where is Mr. Biggs today? Mr. Biggs is fading away. What happened? They never had a standard operating procedure. What is standard operating procedure? Standard operating procedure is a step-by-step of your activities. When you have that, you maintain your standard. You are opening a branch in UK, you're opening a branch, that's what KFC does. They have a standard procedure they work with. These are the things that will help the business to stand. You get it? So if you are starting any business, you need to analyze your risks. Then you look for possible way of litigating those risks. That means so that when it happens, you will know how to solve it immediately. Then number two, you analyze upon, what is my standard operating procedure? What do I need to put in place when I'm starting my business? For instance, you are in a service industry, and you have someone that is working for you. You know, okay, when the customer calls in, get the name of the person, the email of the person, all the details of the person. Then number two, when they are paying it, they pay into this account. Do not pay into. These are the procedures. For every company must have a standard operating procedures. When you have it, I want to assure you, your business will stand test of time. Then number two, you must have passion for what you are doing. Now, when the business fails, you don't get discouraged. I give an example of myself. I lost millions. It was as if my business has come to an end. But because I love what I do and I have passion for it, it kept me going. If you don't have passion for your business will not last. If you don't have standard operating procedure, it will not last. When you don't have, you don't analyze your risks, your strengths, that your strength, your risks, majorly your threats. Your strength automatically will help you for the business, but you analyze that threat. With our economy today, if you don't analyze what you do in Nigeria, I want to tell you, with all the policies, with all that is happening, naturally it will just die off. So please analyze your threats, the threat for that business before now. Then number two, have your standard operating procedures. Very, very important. Then number three, have passion for what you do. When you have passion for it, it will keep the business rolling. I don't know whether I've answered your question. Hello.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Ennis Esther, please kindly confirm that your question has been answered. While that is going on, I just dropped a link in the chat box. I'll enjoin all participants to kindly drop a review of this business incubation cohort for us. Just click on the link, it will take you there, and then just drop your review. Drop your review. Is the class worth it? Is it insightful? Are you learning a lot? Is this something you recommend for someone out there? Please, we would need you to drop your review of the business incubation cohort. Ennis Esther, are you there? Can you kindly confirm that your question has been answered? And I would, if there is any other question, please indicate, or you type it in the chat box so that it can be answered by our facilitators. Okay, looks like there's not any other question. I believe that every one of us have learned one or two things. Personally, I've learned tons of things. Time will permit me to begin to share all the things I have learned. And as it has been stressed by our facilitators, it's not just enough for you to learn these things, not just enough for you to have the knowledge. Try to practicalize some of these things that you learn. Not just learn, and sit idle. Take practical steps. And if at any time you are in crossroads, don't hesitate to reach out to Edfrica. I mean, you are the reason why we are here. You are the reason why we're in business. Reach out to us with any concerns you have or any service you think you might need. Just reach out to us and ask, oh, do you run this service? Please, I'm in need of this. And then we'll be readily available to answer your questions or to reply your messages. So thank you so much, sirs, for the facilitation tonight. We are very grateful. Thank you for not holding back any information. Like both of you really told us everything that we needed to know in this class. So we are very grateful for that. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. In the absence of no question, I think we'll be calling it a night. You can just dear participants, you can just register your appreciation in the chat box. Tell our facilitators any sweet word you can tell them. Just tell them thank you for their time. Thank you for their explanations and every other thing, so that we can call it a night. Okay. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of this session. If you have any other questions, maybe you were shy to type it in or you're shy to speak, our line is readily available. Reach out to us and then we'll get your answers. We'll get your questions answered. Thank you once again for making it to class tonight or today. We'll be expecting you next week, Friday, same time, same venue, same link. Please don't be late to class. And okay, before we go, I don't know if there are any assignments for our participants from the facilitators. I know when Mr. Odumusi was talking, he gave one assignment for participants to
yes, there is an assignment for them.
Okay.
That the assignment is, let them pick a successful entrepreneur, whether Nigeria or outside the country, that they can learn, read about the story, their success story, both their failure and their success story. Then they can apply. Then they should analyze it. That the traits that made them to overcome those challenges they go through. Aside from Jack Ma that I mentioned and Alan, so any other one, they should just understand, a case study.
All right, thank you, sir. So you've heard the assignment question. Study one successful entrepreneur across the globe and analyze it, pick out their strengths, their failures, and every other thing. Make sure that who you are picking is someone that you think can be your mentor. So I think, I don't know if Mr. Matthew has any assignment for.
All right, so I'm going to add to what I said, that I told everyone that struck their pitch set, elevator pitch, to refine according to what I pointed out in each of them. Let them refine it, and if there's a way they can submit, they can submit. If not, in the subsequent class, we're going to look at them.
Okay. Thank you so much, sirs. Please, you've heard the assignment question. Answer accordingly and then submit using the email address that has been pinned on the community platform. So thank you once again. Thank you for making it to class today. Please come along with somebody next week, Friday. Don't learn all these things alone. Come with somebody to class. Drag somebody to class next week, Friday, so that the person can also learn what you're learning. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be a colleague at work. Just spread the word. Tell somebody about the incubation class. Thank you once again for joining in. We are so glad to have you here. Good night, everybody.